All right.
It goes pretty quickly.
Yeah, it does. A lot of these, especially in the losers bracket. But anyway, we are back with Game 2, RatingBefoDating, taking on Hussars, and Game 1 was... It was a game of HoN. I'll give them that. Nothing and nobody can ever take that away from them. But it wasn't a particularly pretty...
Well, it was borderline Mega Man there for a while, but...
Yeah. At least we tried our best to make it into Mega Man, because the game of HoN that it wasn't really one that was worth watching all that much. But god damn it if I'm not going to cast every single freaking game from these things. I still have to do the Cycle 2 Winners Bracket Finals. It's the only one in Cycle 2 and 3 that I have not covered, because it took so long to get to replace, but that's another one.
You have a
for
Cycle 2 game left?
Yeah, because I was doing Cycle 2, and as you are probably well aware, the replays are not necessarily available for whatever reason.
Tournament
Right.
games in general.
And I couldn't get any of them, and I had to wait for Inkland to come through, and she's actually been quite good at getting me replays, even in a reasonably timely manner. But when I got them was after Cycle 3 had already started, because I think I requested them kind of late, and as a result, I just kind of never got around to doing it, because Cycle 3 was going on, so I had Cycle 3 recaps to do, which means that eventually those will be casted and added, at which point nobody will care anymore, but I have to complete my collection.
It will sate your OCD, I guess.
Yeah. I have a little bit of OCD, a little bit runs in my family. It's not like I have to flick the light switch 7 times, or my entire house is covered in like newspapers from 1987, but it's I like to complete and collect things.
Yeah.
Because I'm a crazy person.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Don't we all, though?
Yeah, that's true.
Just some more than others.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a game going on here, and we're not paying too much attention to it yet, because Bookman is in the game. Yay! Skatulfin and Swiftblade.
Bookman's gonna be interesting.
God
If you
damn
just
it,
got
Luna.
owned by a team, then pick Bookman.
Yeah, there
he's
you
the
go.
best.
These are still going at this pretty damn try hard. Parasite, Nymphora, and Doctor. I mean, Nymphora's second pick is
actually,
weird, but
I think Nymphora is a good hero to close out a game.
I think
To close out a
Nymphora's
game
just a good
that you're
hero.
certain. Yeah, but if you know you're gonna win, it's so easy to get pickups.
Sure.
Especially with the Doctor. You can just make them concede.
Doctor and Parasite are both going to be very happy about the extra mana. But
Oh,
Vindicator into a Luna pick. Don't like it.
No. I like a Luna though. Nothing wrong with her. Riptide.
Alright. Something gives me the impression that Hussars aren't taking this all that seriously. I don't know why.
Well, Waterman has some potential, I think. He has a good silence, and he has a decent laning phase, so it's not the out of the box pick by any means. He used to be permanently banned, so.
Oh, then he got a nerf, and nobody wants him anymore, probably for
Yeah,
good reason.
I think Wasaw will agree with me when I say that people overreact to nerfs a bit too much.
I do. I mean, we see it all the time with various heroes. Like, they take a mild nerf because they get picked in every single game. Like, in the first couple of picks, they're banned every single game. To take a slight nerf, and everybody's like, oh, can't pick that hero anymore. When, okay, well, maybe they're not like a first or second pick anymore, but that doesn't mean they're not a fourth or a fifth pick. It just means that they've moved down the tier, not that they're out of it completely.
A good example of this is Kronos. He's still so powerful, but nobody wants to play.
Puppet Master, same way. I mean, it was forever. It was being Hellborn is horrible because you have to ban Kronos and Puppet Master every single game. So it was like, oh god, Legion has such an advantage in the drafting phase, and mild nerfs, and all of a sudden we never see Kronos and we rarely see Puppet Master. But they're both still powerful heroes.
I also feel the same way with Deadwood. I could not make my team agree with me when I wanted to pick Deadwood, but I don't think he's bad. I think he's a good hero. Yeah, he's good for picking up carries, especially strength carries. And I think he has potential for being a hero pick. But nobody wants to play him because he's too nerfed.
I think you might be alone on the Deadwood thing. I'm not a huge Deadwood fan myself. Although I didn't like him that much before the nerf, so... it's just me, maybe, being...
He's pretty gimmicky, but he has
Right.
his uses. Like there wasn't a strict nerf. They boosted the minus strength debuff,
Right.
so it has some other uses now.
But Legion is going to round out their draft with Kraken and Shipper, so definitely a try-hard lineup. A pretty greedy one at that, as they're going to be needing to spread a lot of farm out among 4 cores, but Hellborn going for a little bit off the beaten path here, especially with Vindicator and Riptide. And Flux, not that common, but honestly, Flux is a hero I really like, and I feel like we should see it more often. We basically just see it when Engineer gets picked up, and that's not fair, because, I mean, I think Flux is a strong hero in his own right. He has plenty to offer teams, even if he doesn't have an NG teammate.
Well, I'm kind of not agreeing with you there. I think he's a very weak hero if he's not in a combo team. He doesn't have like stun. He doesn't have a good slow against Shrunken Head. He has low damage as well.
There you go.
Especially if he's out leveled, he has bad damage. So I don't really like it.
But we are going to see Kronos, so apparently somebody agrees with us and
Yeah.
wants to try him out.
Too bad it's the 1300s.
Well, if this were an American team, then they'd be much better. Because we all know 1500 EU is like 1900 US.
Let's get it on.
Wait, is that what I
Well,
meant?
that doesn't make sense.
Is that what I meant, or is that not what I meant?
No, that's not what you meant.
That's not what I meant. Don't worry
You
about
meant that 1500
it. US is 1900 EU.
US is 1900
There you
EU.
go. The other way around. Man, that statement was really, really ironic, wasn't it? Trying to say that Europe is better. Or, again, I'm going to stop talking now. Because it doesn't seem to be working out very well for me. Oh god. Apparently Crush is coming for somebody's... What? That sounds vaguely scary.
We're not from same city. I'll come for girl.
Is that just me, or is that vaguely threatening?
I think he's coming to Gray's town because of a girl. And
I don't know.
because he said we're not from the same city, and then he said, well, I'm coming for a girl. So I guess they're gonna be in the same city soon, which is nice for them.
I don't know. There might be some lack of English proficiency going on. I don't know where Crush is from.
Yeah, I've been to Poland, and they're not that good at English, I have to say.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm not very good at Polish.
What did you say?
To be fair, I'm not very good at Polish, so I'll cut them some slack.
It's not a universal language as English is, though.
Yeah.
So you're excused.
So Hellborn apparently not decided to do a level 1 Kong, despite the fact that they have a Riptide, which I don't know, feels like it could be a good level 1 Kong hero. He's got Into My Element.
Yeah.
But
it says while in his element, water Riptide gets ripped and gains special bonuses. That's a cute little tooltip.
okay, let's talk about Riptide for a while, because it's a hero we don't see very often. I feel like he's a crap hero. I think he's really gimmicky, and I like the idea of changing your abilities or like your abilities being terrain dependent. They're just kind of, I don't think it works. That's the problem.
Well, the terrain dependency is kind of removed when he did his ultimate, though.
Yeah.
It's everywhere anyway.
Alright.
My opinion on him is that he's a good anti-carry. When he gets Ele Parasite and Bash, he is quite unstoppable. He just goes in there and bashes the opponent. So he has some uses. But
Yeah. I'm not even sure he's necessarily a bad hero, so sorry, now keep going.
Okay, well, I think Madman does his job better for shutting down carries with the Bash. Yeah, it depends. If you want a bit more tanky option than Madman, then go for Riptide, I see.
Speaking of Riptide, he's getting really
It's so good versus Silhouette if you have a Bash on a fast-hitting melee hero.
Sure.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, my problems with Riptide are much more, like, theory crafting than they are actual, like, he's not necessarily a bad hero. He actually carries fairly well, and he's okay. I just feel like the idea of having a terrain-dependent hero is interesting and kind of cool. I'm just not sure if it's something that should actually be implemented so much as, hey, wouldn't that be cool? Bottom lane, meanwhile, I'm gonna die. As far as it comes to
it's a concept here to see.
Yeah. And we'll see if they can actually kill this Flux. Enforcement will connect on both ends. Couple more auto attacks will finish him off. Dark Closer does have it, and he's dead. Hellboard, meanwhile, actually getting the kill on Nymphora.
That was the longest auto attack from Doctor I've ever seen.
Didn't feel that long to me, either way. Hellborn too good, indeed. They got a kill.
By the way, what seconds are you?
Oh, I'm currently at 225, 226 in the in-game, 227, 228, 229, 230, 231.
Okay, there we go.
See? I told you I'd forget.
Yeah, I have it. My computer's too good.
Yeah.
We're syncing too fast.
That's second load after the drafting phase sometimes can mess me up. Hey, my computer is 4.5 years old now, and it still runs everything really well. It's my baby.
Well, it's a problem with the computers. If you want to have the best ones, you have to buy new parts so often. It's not very good.
Anyway, Flux in the bottom lane going to be in a lot of trouble here. Takes an opposite charges and a stun, but maybe a little too tanky to get killed. Only providing some counter push. Or counter aggression, I guess, if there's a better word for it.
You could. Flux literally provided counter push right there. Or should we call him Magnet Man?
Yeah, Magnet Man's good. I like that.
It actually sounds like it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Well, they're actually doing a Vindicator Chronos lane. This didn't strike me. It's not a very good lane.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Interesting. Vindicator
That's my
Chronos,
expert analysis.
not a good
That's
lane.
That's my expert analysis.
Well,
Took me
now
a
I
couple
know.
of years.
Now I know why I got you on here. It was because I need.
Making calls like that is.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're the best, right?
Yeah.
Because.
I'm the best because I'm a genius Swede. That's
right.
fine.
Middle lane Riptide gonna be in some trouble. Gonna get hit with another rocket, and Shipper is eventually gonna find him. Yep, now he's dead. Obviously, that invis doesn't work at close range.
Not much you can do there. No matter how skilled you are, not much you can do.
You sort of want to dive this once again, but they're not going to. Top lane we haven't talked about too much, but yeah, it is the Vindicator and Chronos. Kraken still at 310 gold per minute, and Chronos at 275. So this is a 2v1 lane, and neither of them have killed the other, and yet Kraken is actually out GPMing his opponent. Going to charge away here, will be just fine.
I wonder why they keep. I wonder why they keep going 2-1-2 lanes. It's they can just look at the top teams and see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to play like it's team.
Maybe they do.
That's what all the other gold teams are doing. They just look at the other good teams. So do it yourself.
Well, I mean, they won silver, and I would assume this is a strategy. They got far enough, at least in silver, to anyway. Bottom lane, they will be able to kill Flux. They got far enough in silver, at least. Middle lane, yeah, also Riptide dead. They got far enough in silver to get here to gold, and so I guess the theory is basically, if it got us this far, there's no real reason to abandon it now. And they might be getting a lesson in why, in fact, it is good to abandon it now, because the things that get
this
you.
could be the wake up. This could be the wake up call they were looking for.
And their friends are gonna have to have an intervention.
Yep.
You keep hurting yourself with these 2-on-2 lanes. We all love you. This is a safe space. It's okay to run jungles and dual mids.
Maybe they should try the jungle actually. It might suit them.
I mean, like, running a jungler, as far as not 2-on-2 lanes go, really not that difficult, and they should be, even if they are TMM stars, they should be well aware of how to run junglers. Anyway, Chipper stealing kills with rockets as they kill Luna once again, and Riptide gonna go confront him for really terrible reasons. We'll put a silence down, but he's got a D rune, and now he's just like, guess what, Tar, rockets in your face, now you're dead. That wasn't a good plan. Flux running through the river for reasons that I don't understand either. Dr. Pulsar gonna find him, and Chipper's like, guess what, I'm back. And hey, you're dead too, double damage.
Legendary hat trick.
Because, okay, like, there's stuff with, you're right, you shouldn't win a 2-1-2, and then you see him play like that, and you're like, it doesn't matter what lanes you run. If you're going to do things like that, you're not going to win games.
That's true. Maybe you should start looking at, like, the right end first, sort of say if you want to get better. It's not the lanes, it's something else. You might want to be better at that first.
I mean, it'd be good to get yourself onto better footing with better lanes, but at the same time, they basically just fed 2 kills unnecessarily. I mean, they knew where Chipper was because he just killed the Luna with a rocket, and Riptide's chasing him down at level 5 against a level 7 Chipper. And then Flux is like, hey, I guess I'll run down the lane too, because that seems like a really good plan. I'm only level 3. And Doctor's level 6.
It's probably thinking more about it than they did.
Yep. It's not great, because I'm not exactly a competitive player myself, but I've watched enough of these games to realize some of the stuff to do and some of the stuff not to do. Anyway, top lane, release of Crack going to be right on top of Vindicator's face thanks to the Parasite initiation, and charge onto Chronos. 1 more auto attack should, nope, 2 more auto attacks, nope, 3 more auto attacks, yep.
Not knowing about the boot swap for more mana, he could have used his ultimate.
Yeah. If he had boot swapped for more mana, he actually might have died.
He used Agri boot anyways.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I thought he was on strength. It's hard to tell, because like the items on the side, I don't think they actually reflect what boots you're on. They just...
Oh, no. No, the little icon is always on intellect.
Right.
Up to the small icons. Which is kind of weird, I wish they would change it.
It'd be nice, but I think that's well down a list of things that S2 needs to change about stuff. Anyway, middle lane Riptide dies. He actually had a haste rune, but not enough to deal with Chipper's burst damage. For example, I'd like gold graphs, like they have in Dota 2. I love the
the graphs.
The bar graphs in the bottom. They're very nice, but I'd also like to have gold and experience per minute graphs, so that you can see how stuff has changed as the game has gone on.
Yeah, graphs is a very good idea, and also something that League of Legends has is, with their replays, is that there's a directed camera which like moves by itself. Maybe that's a bit advanced, but it's actually quite handy. Like you can just put on a game or whatever, go AFK, and just watch it. Right. It's like watching a stream.
You guys would never have to suffer through my thoroughly mediocre camera work ever again. Flux in the top lane is totally screwed. And he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Is he going to die? Oh, actually, the Chronofield going on to 2. Parasite in the background, though, and is going to be able to pick him off despite the use of the health pot. There's an easy kill, and we'll see if Kraken can get out of this. I bet he can, because Chronos has no mana, and Aluna has no mana. At least the Kraken getting a drop. Aluna's dead. Chronos going to walk right into it. We'll also take a stun. He's dead. Power supply goes off for a Kraken, and nobody's going to get a kill there. Ends up being 4 for nothing.
This just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
It's so sad, really, it's so sad. And Nymphport mid.
So, Riptide is standing next to a tier 2 tower with Flux there, and his word aside, it'll get dropped as well. But Flux is dead. We'll see if Riptide can save anybody. No, he can't. I'm going to get a counterkill on Dr. Repulsor here, but I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't work either. Focus Butler goes on the Doctor. He's going to be able to get away. Chipper looking for rocket angles. Obviously, the creeps are in the way a little bit, but they will be able to finish off that Riptide anyway. 17
Putting down the book.
Nothing.
Putting down the book right there, trying to silence them.
And, I mean, like, Vindicator would be a great hero against something like a Chipper that repeatedly casts. That book is going to screw with him really, really hard. Even Dr. Repulsor and Parasite would have a lot of trouble dealing with this Vindicator. The problem is, it's a support Vindicator, so it's just going to die.
And the book it's so bad designed, because you have to use it before they use the spells. You have to, like, if they're initiating on you, it's worthless, because they will use their spells instantly anyway. It's just a bad design, to be honest. I think they should change
The
it.
Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
And also the slow is so like... No, it's not good design at all.
Honestly, I like the Vindicator design a lot more than... the Silencer design a lot more than the Vindicator design. I like the...
Yeah,
The Curse
the
the
old school
Silent
design.
is a fun ability, especially if you can get people to use up all their mana, then it's just a free dot. Looks like top lane, they might get a kill on Parasite. They're still trying to go for this. Meantime, they're going to pick off Chronos in the background, and Parasite will get away just fine. Now Flux is in trouble, gets charged with the clip. He's still dead. Aluna has no mana, going to get hit with a rocket, and they're going to chase him down. We'll avoid rocket number 2, but M4 looking for a stun. Actually, doesn't go over the cliff. That doesn't matter because the Taratos is there, and Aluna has actually steam boots. I was going to say no boots, but she's got steam boots somehow. She still dies.
No. She rushed in boots, she only had red boots in the inventory, and then she bought the gloves of the haste, and then she finished it.
Kraken's just waiting. So he missed his charge, and then the book silenced him, and then he was just like, I'm going to stand here until I get my ultimate back. Anyway, now he's going to be under a tower, and they might get their first kill. Yep. That's going to be 22-1 now, but Chrono's going to pay for it as well. And Annihilation for Chipper. Because why not?
That was a good ultimate by Chronos though. That was well responded, but too bad. They're a bit too far behind.
Codex up on Parasite, because again, why not? Icon of the Goddess is on Chipper as well, and he's got no charge actually, we just finished, but he's 12-0-1, so I suspect this is not going to be the end of the kills for him.
Not sure why Doctor's not getting Icon. It's a totally a good game for it. Book, man.
Maybe he just doesn't want to deal with the silence from Riptide.
That's true.
So he's like, Icon would be nice, but I'd rather be able to zip around in these team fights.
Yeah, it's both silence from Vindicator and Riptide.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, you look at this team, Vindicator against Dr. Repulsor, it's very difficult for Doctor to deal with that hero. Vindicator against Chipper, it's a problem. Yeah, they're just sort of diving. They're literally just walking up to like the well, and they're gonna start camping. Well, I guess this is where we're at now. Apparently not again. I don't know if this happened in the previous, like in the Silver Finals or something, but either way, there's a death on Flux as well. Down goes Riptide. Luna now could be in some trouble. Release the Kraken. Is going to be dropped right in the middle of the well. Now Kraken, actually, you might want to be a little more careful than that, buddy. Chipper going to throw some rockets.
Who knew there were a cracking in that fountain?
And Chronos apparently thought it was a good idea to jump into that. Now we have a Chipper who's immortal and has an Annihilation in the same game. Which are... So, when I play bot games, which is not that common anymore, but when I do play bot games, my basic requirement is I have to get an Annihilation and an Immortal in the same game. So, this is the equivalent of playing bots, and we're in the HoN Tour Season 4 Gold Division. It's not great.
Well, imagine a 1300 game with 5 Smurf players with 2k and more.
Yeah.
This is the result.
They need push books. Sell your items, get push books.
Actually, Flux, if he gets level 6 here, he can pull them in and do something, perhaps.
But not if he dies. He's in the well and he's dead. There's the Immortal. Actually, Doctor is going to fall as well.
That's so bad. He didn't use his ultimate or anything, he just died.
Just kind of died. They need to buy a puzzle box and then use it so the Doctor can buy post haste and
or just TP home Nymph and TP him out anyway.
Doctor TPing to the tier 1 in middle. And pushbook out once again. They're going to try to go Flux. He might actually be able to live. Kraken getting pretty low as well. That totem is really screwing with him. And it's actually healing right back because it's in the well. But it's eventually eliminated. They're going to jump himself.
It's kind of sad casting this game, actually.
Well, I was suspicious it wasn't going to be a great game. Born are just dropping words. They can see that area. I'll give them credit for that. It's definitely visible Feels like they should maybe drop a Rev Ward and not 3 wards of sight. But anyway,
Kraken.
Kraken's dead. That's good. Riptide's level 9. There goes Aluna once again. And Riptide also going to be in trouble. 18-0-7 on this chipper.
It's a good thing that you're keeping track of gold stats, because this would skew them pretty hard.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I say I'm not going to keep track of gold stats because of issues with the different teams not being the same level.
Chipper would seem like the best gold hero, and everyone would pick it.
And for a TP, gonna go to the bottom lane because they have to defend, of course.
Oh,
and Kronos. What? Oh, tower's dead though. They got it. Oh wow, they should CC.
Is this the comeback they were looking for?
Yeah, I think so. Well, maybe not because the Codex on Parasite is basically just one-shotting people at this point. Vindicator is 644 health, so yeah, that Codex is one-shotting him.
Yeah, I think it literally one-shotted him when he spawned. Kronos.
So Hellborn are conceding at 17.5 minutes, for some reason sticking in this game 2 minutes longer than, no? They're canceling Aluna
Canceling
ports.
CPs.
These guys. Well, the rest of the Legion
It's
side
2
is
versus
pushing.
5 now. It's 2 versus 5
I
now.
know, go kill them. Kill that, get that Immortal Streak. They did get a Rev Ward down. There's a Chrono Field, actually. Can they get enough? And Vindicator Ultimate actually not available until level 5. But here goes Chipper. He's killing everything. And they do manage to take out the Parasite, but Chipper going to stand his ground with the auto attacks. Is actually pretty damn low. Gift of the Goddess helping a lot. Is it going to be enough? No, Riptide's going to live, and now he's dead. Is he not dead? He's dead, but he's not dead yet. And he's going to have to do something amazing to get out of this. Focus Pulver gets put down, so he's going to eat some damage. And he's finally going to fall. So 700 gold going to the Aluna.
Who's on top now?
And here comes Kraken. Release the Kraken right on top of Indy's head. He's going to fall.
Oh.
It's 41-4. Right, so yeah, this is the reason I keep stats. Can you imagine, like, if this is, you know, Ogre or Hussars or something like that against this team? I mean, RatingBefoDating is, they've shown some good stuff, but they're not exactly, like, the class of Gold Division.
They should run for the silver bracket again and see if they can do it again.
I mean, both these teams are staying. This is losers back around 2, so nobody's getting knocked down. Riptide, can he get the kill? He can't get the kill. He does get the kill. Yay! Kraken's dead. They have 5 hero kills. Riptide's dead. Unnecessary Solid Blade Showdown. I don't know why this Hellborn team is still in this game. I don't know why we're still in this game, except for, again, my obsessive need for completion.
They should concede any moment now, looking at the replay cameras.
Are you cheating? You're looking at how long this game has left.
I was making an assumption.
Ugh.
That's...
Yeah, they should concede any second here. I'm assuming that anybody that's watching this game is not really going to be particularly upset if we spoil it and say that RatingBefoDating wins. I think if you didn't realize that, then there's not much I can do to help you. Cryptid's level 11. There's the Flux pull in, and Release the Kraken gets dropped inside the well, though. They do manage to finish off the Nymphora, but the rest of the team gets a couple of kills. And now Legion is dropping wards of sight on top of Rev wards. Chipper Rocket's looking to finish off the Vindy. Yep, he's gonna die. We'll see if they can kill Aluna, or if he's gonna, or if Aluna will survive. There goes the game. So
Legion wins.
either way, doesn't matter, as RatingBefoDating manages to take the game and the series. So is it even worth going for final thoughts on the game, on the series, or should we just leave it at that?
No, we should just leave it. I think the Hellborn team knows what was up.
They may not know exactly all of the things that they did wrong, but trying to enumerate them without spending as much time talking about that game as it went on, I think, is probably not possible. So that'll do it for the game and the series. As RatingBefoDating takes it, they move on to the losers bracket round 3, and will stay alive in Gold Division Cycle 4 at least for one more round. Hussars, meanwhile, are knocked out, but we will see them again next cycle, as they will remain in Gold Division.